Hello everyone and welcome back to Chronos Plays Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. Today, well, episode Adachi is available. Yeah, I just purchased the DLC. It unlocks Adachi as a playable character, all his colors, I guess, and the episode Adachi. So let's go ahead and start that and see how that goes. The DLC was like $5. I hear it's not that long. Disturbing the peace, you don't say. And it seems to be the only other DLC story. I mean, it seems fairly long to me, to be quite honest. Yeah, they had like the Persona 4 Arena stuff, and then episode Adachi, but all the other characters didn't have their like own stories, from what I could tell. Though they were all the same price. It was like $5 for Adachi, American. But all the other characters were also like $5, but they only came with the characters, no story. So I don't really know. Anyways, let's go ahead and... Is that your prison? Dude, that's actually not that bad. Oh, detention cell, prison, whatever. At the same time, it's not that bad. The window for your pooping, yeah, that's a little much. Crunch. My molars slowly crushed the hard lump of fiber. I knit my eyebrows at my first taste of lotus root in a long, long while.
Ugh, gross.
Okay, why are you eating it then? Oh, you don't really have a choice, do you? Prison food, got it. I scrape in some barley-filled rice, so as if to wash down the lotus root. Today's dinner consists of chikuzeni full of vegetables. Chikuzeni full... I don't know what that is. Is it... It's full of vegetables. Is it noodles? It's not rice, right? Because he just mentioned rice. Maybe it is the name of the rice dish? I don't know. I also get some miso soup that's one step away from water, cucumber, sukimono, and even an orange slice or two for dessert. Ugh. I want some sea urchin or eel. That sounds just as bad to me, and I don't even know what the other stuff is. Yakiniku sounds good too, or maybe some beef tongue, served rare, covered in onion. I don't know if I've ever had beef tongue. I've had beef, obviously. But yeah, covered in onion and marinated with a little lemon juice. While I fantasize about this, I grab another lotus root and out of the bento pack with my chopstick. I peer through the holes in the lotus root, and my eyes meet those of the guards staring at me through the observation window.
Hurry up and eat!
Yeah, sorry.
I've been in jail for about 5 months now. I'm being held at the Prefectural Police HQ neighboring Inba City as a suspect in the serial murders that took place in Yaso Inaba. 2 murders, plus abandoning corpse, and a few other charges. Normally, I'd be immediately prosecuted and transferred to prison, but the police are having trouble with the supernatural cause of death being thrown into a television. I mean, I sure as hell wouldn't want to be assigned to a pain-in-the-ass case like this. Well, maybe it's not for me to say, being an ex-cop and all. After meal, drowsiness hits me soon after, and I lay down on the tatami mat. I guess and that's what that is over there. There's nothing to do in this empty cell, and just as I'm about to pass from consciousness into that beckoning slumber.
Number 82, interrogation!
Whoa! The voice of the guard outside pulls me back to reality. Number 82, that's me. An interrogation this late in the day? Give me a break. I sigh in a way that the guard wouldn't see and slowly get up. The detective in charge leads me away, leaving my cell behind. It's been a while since I was last called into the interrogation room. The stuffiness really seems to stress the spitefulness of the room. That alone is enough to get me down. When I first got here, I gave them the whole truth. Since it was all over, I didn't plan to hide anything, and it'd be a pain if things got complicated. But obviously, proving that you can kill people with magic isn't the kind of thing that can be demonstrated to an audience that isn't willing to listen. After going through some serious psych evaluations and all that crap, the interrogators weren't able to make any progress, so my jail life continues.
Here's some more things.
Oh my god.
Check 'em.
Today they want me to go over some evidence. I plop my ass down on the uncomfortable stool, and a young detective lines up several objects on the table.
These are the 3 pieces of evidence.
This is a replica gun that's been modified to fire real bullets. Oh yeah, that was in my closet. I'd bought this when I first joined the police force and was frustrated when I didn't get a gun right off the bat. And this, digital audio player, I wanted it at the New Year's bingo game, then tossed it somewhere and forgot about it. Where the hell did they find it? And that is a large flat screen TV. It's big enough to easily shove someone through, but I've never seen this TV before. In other words, it's irrelevant to this investigation. Well, are you still in Inaba? Can you just put your hand through it? No, you're in the neighboring, like, jail of that place, right? I don't know. It's pretty damn evident that there's no new evidence to find. I got nothing more to hide, and I told them so. And yet, they still managed to dig up more junk. They don't even realize that they're wasting their time.
None of them are related to the case. I mean, I've said this many times before, but I've already told you everything.
Shut up. No back talk. Just check them all.
The detective pounds the table with his fist, probably in an attempt to intimidate me. What a loser. What losers. My game's long been over. What good would it do me to lie now? The reason you can't assemble a case against me is because you're idiots. And I have to sit here and waste my energy dealing with you morons. Why don't you just use your head a little bit? I mean, to be fair, I can sympathize with the detectives here, right? Because generally speaking, if someone comes to your station to turn themselves in, or to be fair, I guess we brought him in as the team, like we got him out of the TV world and he was apprehended then. But still, when you get something like that and they're like, okay, I admit, I killed, you know, the first two people by throwing them into a TV and just kind of leaving them there, and then their other selves came out and kind of went berserk and killed them in, like, for me. So yeah, just lock me up. The cops are gonna look at you and go, oh fucking Christ, really? Really? This is how we're gonna spend our night? Alright, fine. Let's go ahead and waste man hours, but at the same time, we know he's telling the truth, right? I make a show of pretending to look at the so-called evidence again, and the detective lights a cigarette.
Seriously, between Adachi and Dojima, is anyone in Inaba PD not a dumbass?
Dojima-san?
Ryotaro Dojima. You know him real well. Rumor has it his position at the station's shaky because of you. A real cop wouldn't have the balls to show his face at the station if one of his men got sent up for murder.
That's not really his fault. The detective with the cigarette blows some smoke in my face. Okay, he's an asshole. I get this kind of treatment every day. I mean, to be fair, Adachi is a murderer, but at the same time, you don't do that. That's rude. And this is one of the less severe acts of hostility I face at that. Since I'm an ex-cop, the police here are merciless when they interrogate me. On top of being in restraints from morning till night, if I start to doze off, I get some water to the face. The verbal abuse is constant. If I say something, I get yelled at. If I stay quiet, I get yelled at. It really impresses me how much energy they have. They're probably pissed at how long this case is taking them, but they can't blame me for their incompetence. Seeing that I don't as much move an eyebrow, the detective lights another cigarette and laughs mockingly.
No, I felt sorry for him. So out of kindness, I told him during the investigation. I said, I'll make sure to dispose of your no-good man, so don't worry about that. And what does that bastard do? He suddenly grabs me by the collar. I almost ended up having to submit a written apology.
Oh no.
Talk about a blunder.
It ain't nothing to laugh about.
It kinda is.
What do you think he said, huh? He can settle matters for himself without me asking you to do it. What a bunch of shit to say about a killer.
Wait, does that mean... Wait. It probably doesn't mean what I initially thought it meant. Because you're like, oh, I can dispose of your man, like, for you. And then Dojima's like, oh, he can do it himself. Kind of sounds like he's saying he could kill himself. But I think you mean it by, like, throwing him in jail, yeah? Hearing that, I smile knowingly. Dojima-san's been Dojima-san's being a pain in the ass like he always is. I'm no longer his subordinate, just a complete stranger. He should cut off any ties to me, but instead he has to go and say that. Besides, isn't it backwards for a detective to be believing in a criminal? This cop's right. Seriously, he makes me laugh.
Ugh. I'm done dealing with Hicks. No, So I guess once you've been a police dick in the sticks that long, your morale's shot. I wouldn't be surprised if Dojima snuffed a few himself. That must be where his men learned it.
Oh, red button.
That's a funny joke.
Huh?
Although, aren't you the one with the quick fist? I heard rumors about you when I was on active duty. You punched a suspect in the face during an investigation. Got found out and covered it up, right? What a hero!
The detective's face gets redder and redder. Even though I sound frivolous, my heart is cold.
And since then, you've made sure to only punch him in the gut, right? You sure know what you're doing, aiming to work at the Metropolitan PD.
You little... I ain't taking that kind of lip from a goddamn killer.
To be fair, I wouldn't want to either. The chair is kicked out from under me, and I slam to the ground. The detective grabs me by the hair, and apparently he's gonna kiss me or something, and roughly pulls my head up. Seeing the detective's face contorted with anger and humiliation is just hilarious.
If you don't want a good thrashing, then you better spill everything, you bastard.
Sir, you really shouldn't go any further.
The young detective steps in front of his superior, probably out of worry, but all he does is fluster. The younger one has no control of the other detective's movements.
Shut up! You don't get anything out of scumbags like him without getting your hands dirty. Watch and learn.
He punches me in the gut. He avoided my solar plex. He must be used to hitting people. I choke back some stomach acid and scoff.
That wasn't nice. Isn't this against the Criminal Procedure Code?
Huh?
Criminal Procedure Code, Article 319. Forced confessions gained through torture and intimidation are inadmissible as evidence.
I don't know if that article number is true, but I'm pretty sure that other statement is correct.
Anything I tell you is invalid if you get your hands dirty. Didn't they teach you the basics in Police Academy? Oh, but I get it. You're stuck in the boonies like this because you can't even get the Criminal Procedure Code straight.
You little...
The detective's eyes open wide. I stepped on a landmine. He's probably going to hit me again. I brace myself for it, but contrary to my anticipation, I'm not struck by a fist. Instead, I feel cold steel, the barrel of a gun pressed up against my temple.
You must be Toru Adachi. I wish to speak with you.
Oh. The atmosphere in this room suddenly becomes tense. I feel a chill run down my spine. He's not the same detective I was just talking to. He's someone else. I don't have any proof, but that's what my gut is telling me.
I'm sorry, but I must ask you to come with me. Enter the TV here. And to be clear, this is less a request than an order.
Whoa, what are you doing? There'll be hell to pay for pointing your gun at a detainee. You really need to calm...
Ah, yes. I'd forgotten we weren't alone. Get out of here.
Huh? What are you saying?
I said get out. I don't wish to make matters worse. And you don't wish to die, do you?
How are they going to cover this one up after the events end? The detective slowly raises his arm and points the gun towards a corner of the ceiling. That's still going to be recorded, man. He fires and the lens of the security camera in the room shatters to pieces, accompanied by an ear-splitting sound of gunfire. The young detective quivers and bolts from the interrogation room. Well, he made the right move. There's no point in making a show of justice if it's just gonna get you killed.
Ah, now you've done it. So, who are you?
You'll find out when we meet. Enter the TV. You should still be able to do that.
Even here? Are we in Nineveh? Without a changing expression, he pushes the gun into my back. If I try to resist, he'll pull the trigger without hesitation. I can feel the danger in the air. Disobeying him would not be a wise plan right now. I walk towards a TV that had been brought in as evidence. Before I can even start to struggle, I'm thrown into the television with unbelievable strength. I feel a strange floating sensation, as if gravity has lost its hold on me entirely.
Just like old times.
So that guy, he's probably gonna get he's probably gonna get, like, arrested, that other detective. To be fair, he's a shady cop, right? You know, beating a, you know, restrained prisoner and stuff like that. That's pretty bad. He's also on camera now, pointing a gun into the criminal, like, the prisoner's head, which is also not good. I mean, it is a game, so nothing might happen to him. At the same time, there is a young detective witness that saw the whole thing. Just like old times. Yeah, I know this feeling, and I know what's waiting for me at the bottom. What now? I sigh slightly as I fall head first. I was thrown out into a school classroom enveloped in an uncanny atmosphere. There are chairs and desks lined up, textbooks on the shelf, and a blackboard. All that good stuff. But the walls are plastered with posters and barricade tape labeled P-1 Grand Prix is strung up all over the place. Seriously, who made these things? I look at the blackboard puzzled and read the words Yasogami High School monthly events written upon it.
When I exited the TV, I found myself in a classroom.
Yep. Yaso High is where those wannabe detectives go, huh? Of course, this isn't the real school, but I get the feeling that they'll be showing up anytime now. Well, that doesn't matter. The thing I need to worry about is that whoever called me here is somewhere in this school, too.
Seriously, I can't believe I'm called in here all of a sudden. I'm not even a cop anymore. Honestly, I'd rather be in prison.
I will give Adachi credit for wanting to stay in prison and follow the rules. A lot of times, like, you know, the bad guy will make some sort of, like, statement like that, then either get killed off or sacrifice, quote unquote, or escape even. But Adachi's like, you know what, I'll stay in prison, whatever. I'll do that, and he does. He confessed to everything. They're not believing him, but he confessed to everything. He's staying in prison. He's totally fine with that. It's still kind of like, wish they handled him a little bit better on his initial reasoning to do this. Like, I couldn't remember quite clearly when we first talked about the sort of horror golden stuff, but after I you know, sat and thought about it, like, he threw the reporter in because she rejected him. Like, oh, right, that's right. Could have. I know that's not the first murder that happened, but it just kind of, it came out of nowhere, it felt like. Anyways, well, that said, even if I go back, it'll be back to square one. That would be very annoying. Fine, I'll play along then. I was getting tired of dealing with those idiot cops anyways.
Well, I guess I'll go. Didn't think anything like this would ever happen again. Isn't there something wrong with this world? Who knows what'll happen next?
I guess I'll start investigating from the top? I scratch my head and just start making for the door out of the classroom. I'm sure I'll find some evidence if I just start walking around. Huh, wait a sec. That's something Dojima-san used to say all the time.
Oh man, I picked up the habit without realizing it. Look what you've done to me, Dojima-san.
Give me a break, Dojima-san. I roll my eyes as I leave the dark classroom. So I'm assuming we're going to be fighting Sho, right? At some point, to be continued. Who else could we possibly even fight, though? Intentions. I guess you, maybe? I guess they could add in any fights, right? The school is a terrifyingly quiet world. After leaving the classroom, I take a stroll around the school. The empty school building is blurred in a dim light, making it all the creepier. And for some reason, it becomes a complicated maze, as if the entire school had become a giant trap.
Man, whoever made this must be pretty twisted. Then again, who am I to talk?
I know, I was gonna say, did you see your little labyrinth at the end of the game? That was a maze. I glanced around and noticed the walls and ceiling were bored through, as if something crashed into them. Oh, Elizabeth? I guess we could possibly fight Elizabeth, though I don't think Adachi's gonna stand much a chance if Elizabeth goes all out. I saw plenty of similar signs of damage on the way here. I neither know nor care what happened, but the violent scratches here tell a story of what happened. At any rate, this is definitely not a peaceful place.
I'm starting to get sleepy.
I'm out of shape, and my back is hurting. Let's get this over with and go back. I rub my tired eyes and climb up the nearest set of stairs.
Oh, what's behind door number 1?
There's just a single door at the end of this path. Wait, can't you do like sit-ups and stuff in your jail cell? Like, you don't have a TV or book or anything in there, right? To work out a little bit, dog. Also, why don't you have books? I understand why you don't have a TV, but they don't believe you, so I don't know why they wouldn't give you a TV. Still, I'm actually not sure how that works in prisons. I know some prisons you can get TVs and stuff like that. If I ever go to jail, I want to go to those ones. Not that I'm ever planning on it. But I thought books were something that you could have in your cell, at the very least. I know some prisons even have computers, but those are like the minimum security ones, right? That are actually like rehabilitation places. They're trying to get people to actually be members of society again. Anyways, normally this would be the way to the roof, but there's no telling where it goes in this crazy world. In any case, I guess I'd better take a look. It doesn't appear to be locked. I slowly open the door and a warm, moist wind blows in.
What in the world is this?
The scene before me is bizarre. Oh, is that General Teddy there? On the clock? I don't know what the hell that is. Has that always been there? I probably missed it all the other times. A bunch of crosses are stuck into the ground with an eerie giant moon in the background. Close by, I can see the moonlit bridge bent like a spoon. I definitely recognize it because I saw it more times than I would have liked to while I was in the city. Still,
Talk about some disturbing taste in decor.
this place feels like a set from a B-movie. It feels like zombies are going to attack me out of nowhere. Well, if I'm in the TV world, then there are shadows here. I guess they don't look all that different. I take a look around the air while I'm thinking that. I sense a presence right behind me, and I instantly realize that someone snuck up on me. You gotta be kidding me. I may be crooked, but I'm still a cop. I was paying attention to my surroundings, and somebody still got the drop on me? I carefully turn around and see a young man standing there.
Welcome to his world. You must be Toru Adachi.
The young man spreads his arms in a welcoming gesture. He has impressively red hair and a sharp yet cold stare. He carries two odd-looking katanas and bears an X-shaped scar across his face. But above all, this exterior pressure he's giving off, it's the same feeling as what I felt in the interrogation room. He's the one who called me here, no doubt about it. Chills run down my spine in the face of this murderous intent. I keep a straight face and speak like I always do to hide my fear.
You're the one that called me out. Seriously, I'd rather not.
I'll tell you who I am to thank you. I am Minazuki. Sho Minazuki.
The young man grins after he says that. I notice that he has a Yasuhai uniform tied around his waist. Does this make him a student there? He seems rather composed to be one. Those detective wannabe brats acted more their age.
Huh? And what does this Minazuki-kun want with me? If you don't have any business in particular, I'd really like to head back.
Whether or not I explain myself to you will be decided right now.
In the blink of an eye, his katana is pointed at me, at my throat. Hey man, what gives? He's the one who wanted me here. Isn't this a bit of a mean greeting? Well, I'm feeling frustrated with this. Minazuki tosses a gun towards me. This grip, it's the same revolver as the one I kept at when I was a detective.
It's your gun. Pick it up. You're a skilled marksman, no?
Is he? I guess. Minazuki raises his katana. The punk wants to test my strength. Fine. I cluck my tongue and pick up the revolver off the ground. It pisses me off that I have to listen to this brat, but I have a feeling things will be a bigger pain if I refuse to fight. I take in the comfort of the familiar grip in my hand and turn to Minazuki.
Are you sure you want to give me this? I'm the suspect in a murder case, you know.
That's fine. Come at me, as if you wish to kill me.
Wow, someone's confident. Okay, don't mind if I do.
Alright, let's see. It's still on hard mode, so we still get that going on for us. Oh, right, you are Minazuki's. You're not Shosho, you're his other self, so you have the persona already. I'm assuming this takes place right after the initial P1. Oh my god. Show, Minazuki dog. You gotta get a little bit smarter than that, man. Do I not have a range attack? That's a shame. Ah! Ow. That's rude. I don't know what that was. Haha. There we go. I like how frickin'... Oh. Risei's here. What? I was on the ground! Hey, stop it. Nope. Stop it. Damn it. Okay. Okay. I got a little, well, lazy. How do I do the bursts? Chronos, you've been playing this game for almost 2 goddamn months. How do you not know how to burst? I don't know. You don't have to yell. Or because I never needed to before? I don't know. I'm bad at fighting games. At least I can beat them. That's something. We're not e-sporting here. I'm assuming it'll tell me burst, right? Is that what SB means? Probably. Walk leisurely forward. Can execute other skills while walking. Oh, I did that one by accident. Okay. Pain in the ass after 1. It's a lunge attack. I think I accidentally did that and then he started comboing me too. Oh, he double smacked me. Oh, stop it! Stop it! You dick! Okay, yeah, that was brutal actually. You're also kind of an asshole. Okay, you got me there. I kind of wish I could break your goddamn guard, please. Oh, here we go. God damn it. The Scarface Dark Messiah. Ah, that's debatable. What was mine? The egotistical prick cop? That's rude. Not wrong. Oh, no, it is the egotistical police dick. Accurate too. Finally. I don't know why, but prick cop sounds better to me.
Not enough.
Haha. Now we're playing with power. Oh, got him! No, 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 no! God damn it! How do you even do that? Like instantly. You're like on the ground, and all of a sudden you're just like, screw that, you're dead. Also, yeah, you're dead too. They did. What happens when I use the power glove? Yeah, it took a few tries. I feel uplifted for the first time in a while. Minazuki's power was something. It definitely wasn't the standard keep it clean style of fighting. Sure, I beat him, but he probably wasn't taking me seriously. In fact, Minazuki's pretty nonchalant while he looks at me, but he seems satisfied.
You're quite skilled. I find your defeat incomprehensible.
Look who's talking. You look like you've got lots more energy to spare too.
Indeed, I was only testing you. I wanted to see if you would be of any use.
And to be fair, Adachi's probably rusted, right? 5 months in jail, not doing anything. Wearing the same exact suit for some goddamn reason that he's been always wore. Why aren't you wearing a prison, like, jumper?
I'm going to create his world. For that, I require
Actually, hold up. Why aren't you wearing, like, a prison outfit jumper? That would have made way more sense cosmetically for you.
His world? Huh. Now I'm a little interested. Tell me more.
Come to think of it, he said his before too, so he's got another ally? Just in case, I sneak my revolver behind my back and reload the cylinders.
This is what that boy wishes for. I intend on destroying this world. The world is filled with deception. Those within it prattle about friendship and bonds, yet they trample over others in the dark without a care. There is no value in such a world. What must be done is to eliminate everything within it.
Huh. That's got my interest. Truth to tell, you're probably right. This world's all about useless, shallow, so-called friendships.
I kicked your ass.
And yeah, I think it's irritating too. I mean, hey, I gave destroying everything a shot once too.
Not entirely accurate though, right? Were you being controlled by the other dude? That's only half true. Okay. Bonds, friendship, helping one another. There are a lot of people who flaunt all this nice sounding talk, but those same people will try to cut others off when they're attacked or in pain, right? In the end, it's just that humans have to rely on each other in order to live, but far too many dumbasses misunderstand that and try to make it way more meaningful than it really is. That's why I really understand where this guy is coming from. It'd be nice if you could erase this shitty world like a magic trick. At least, that's what I used to think.
You gained a power beyond humans. Do you remember that time?
Power beyond humans? Huh. You mean that thing? What do you want with it?
I intend to summon that power, but it needs to be tamed.
Minazuki's eyes waver like red flames. Huh, I see. Looks like he's been given power, just like me.
For that, I require your assistance. You will cooperate with me. You have no choice in this.
Minazuki points his katana at me again. With my power, I didn't have much control. I was taken over by some mysterious force and had no memory of it. He poked around my personal profile, but he's missing the most important part? I guess he's just some brat after all. He can't do his research.
Come on, you're not giving me a say here. And about this taming thing, that's all up to you. What does it have to do with me? Eh, if you want my help, I guess I'll cooperate with you as best I can.
As best as you can. Very well. You have another role as well.
What? There's more?
Persona users. I will gather them and make them fight. You will also participate in this.
Huh? That sounds like a real pain. I mean, why are you making them fight?
Actually, I don't think he ever fought any of us during the main story. Well, I guess it makes sense, right? His character was DLC and we didn't have him. But still, to be honest, I really don't want to get involved in this, but the right choice is to act like I'm interested and get as much information out of the kid as possible. Depending on how things go, this guy might become a hindrance to me. I'll decide how to make my move once I've heard what he has to say. After I make an interested face, he surprisingly tells me the full outline of his plan. He's going to gather shadows until he has a giant collection of them, like a pile of sculpting clay. Use that as a vessel. He plans to summon what he called power beyond the bonds of man to inhabit it. But in order to pacify such a powerful being, he apparently needs persona fragments that are created within personas to use their powers on one another. So he thought up the idea of creating a one-on-one tournament between persona users, calling it the P-1 Climax. Plus, he's made some exact duplicates of people out of shadows in order to force them into fighting one another. I have to admit, he's made an effort. In addition, he's already taken some persona users belonging to, an organization called the Shadow Operatives hostage. So this is after the limousine crash then, but before midnight. He definitely planned for this, though I don't really get the point of crucifying his captors on those tacky crosses. Anyways, blah 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 blah. I've been called in to help him collect the fragments and help him get a hold of that power within the giant shadow. It all sounds pretty stupid, really, but Minazuki's deadly serious. He really intends to go through with this. How did he manage to come up with a plan that's such a convoluted pain in the ass? Maybe it's just because I haven't been around for a while, but I'm actually impressed at how ridiculous this scheme is.
I'll add the persona users of this town to the fight as well. You understand, no? They were the opposition who shattered your previous ambitions. Have your revenge on them if you wish. Even if you do nothing, I will not complain.
Revenge, huh?
We will prepare the stage for you. You're free to destroy them if you so choose. The clashing of competing powers will give off persona fragments. This will advance our plans.
And if I refuse?
Then the murders which occur on foggy days will begin again.
I see. Well, can't let that happen.
I never had a choice from the start, huh? Well, I didn't expect to just go home without having to do some kind of work. And after hearing this plan, I just can't sit there. I was thinking about what to do when I suddenly felt the ground shake a bit beneath us.
It's time. Here it comes.
Minazuki looks up into the sky and stares off into the distance. Suddenly...
What the huh?
The shaking grows so intense that I can barely stand and the roof soars up into the sky. I fall on my knees and brace my hands on the ground, lost for words as I stare upwards. The sky has turned red, like ink staining a piece of paper, or infection spreading across healthy flesh.
Oh, man.
Ugh, disgusting.
Isn't this a little over the top?
Yeah, it's a B movie, Adachi. The shaking finally stops, so I run to the edge of the roof. I look down on the world from there and gulp involuntarily. The town's covered in airy red mist. The sky, the moon, even the air itself is covered in red. It's the same color as Minazuki's eyes, as if to show me that everything is at his mercy. Maybe he just really likes the color red.
What the hell? Damn! This is totally out there. My world is awesome. Dude, you're Adachi, right? Did you see that just now? Did you? The world's all red! Well, better red than dead. Just kidding.
Okay. Oh yeah, I know it's show, but I don't get that statement what he just said. The young man who had been cool and calm for a moment, just a moment ago, is now jumping around like a little kid, an innocent brat playing with a new toy.
Whoa, hold on. What's with the wild mood swing?
What are you all surprised for? Oh, you were talking to him, huh? That kind of puts a damper on things.
Him. Just in case I take a look around, but we're the only ones here. The red-headed boy laughs merrily as I cock my head in confusion.
Well, that's fine. I'm Sho Minazuki. Welcome to my world, as I like to call it. I've heard about you. You hate this world too, right? Good for you, because it's all going away.
Huh. So, you're different from Minazuki-kun.
Ugh, you're still on this? Minazuki is him. I'm Sho.
Well, I mean, technically you're both Sho Minazuki. You just go by different... he goes by the last name, you go by the first name. It's fine.
Much of a pain to explain it anymore. Just kidding.
Okay. Maybe he just doesn't care to keep talking, but Sho ends the conversation. Does he have split personalities? I never met somebody who does before, but it's fairly common to hear about when you talk about cops, talk with cops in psych classes or cases. Still, something doesn't seem right. I feel something different, some threatening madness from him. Well, that doesn't matter right now. I just slumped my shoulders and fed up with the fact that now I have even more trouble to deal with.
But that aside, are you really any good to me? If you're totally weak after saying you'll help out, I don't need your bullshit. And if you really are like that, I'll seriously kill you.
I don't think I ever gave a clear yes or no yet. This is all so sudden, you know?
Huh? Are you an idiot? Cooperating lets you live. Refusing gets you killed. Get it? What moron would say no to that?
There's a few morons out there.
Those are some pretty extreme choices.
enough going on and on in circles. I wouldn't mind destroying you, but he's telling me not to.
Oh, what the hell's that song? My mind's telling me no, but my body's telling me yes.
That means you're game to do this. You seem like you enjoy things that get bloody.
What's wrong with that? It goes
A lot of
gushing out
things.
like, psh, right?
Depends on where you cut him. Show answers without any hesitation. The type that has no self-awareness is the very worst. But the kids should be more careful. No matter how strong you are, even if you think you've got control over a great power, if you let your guard down, you're gonna get your feet swept right out from under you.
Yeah,
and he does.
Yeah, sure,
Spoilers.
I was getting bored, so this would probably be a good way to kill time. But I'll do this my way. I have my own rules, you know?
That's right. I have my own set of rules. I don't give two shits about this perfect world or his power. All this crap about getting revenge on the kids from Minbo or the fighting between Persona users doesn't matter to me either. They can do whatever they want. But things are different if they're going to start interfering with me. Don't want anyone getting in the way of my rules, no matter what.
Huh? Well, do what you want. I don't care if it's rules or roulettes, but if you try and...
What does that mean? What does that mean, Sho?
I'll mount you up nice on the wall next to the investigation team. A dodgy-looking Adachi. Just kidding.
I didn't even know what that... Bye, Sho. We're leaving. He laughs at his own lame joke, then his eyes suddenly glow red. He turns his piercing gaze on me.
But I'll be watching you, so you better not slack off. Got it? Well, I've got somewhere to be, so do what you want from here. See ya!
Sho raises an arm as he gallantly leaves the roof. I consider attacking him from behind for a moment, but that's probably not a wise move considering that I don't know what his power is. Only idiots rush things.
Now then, how do I go about this?
I spin my revolver on my finger out of habit, and then look up to that red sky, a crimson shroud filling my line of sight. That brings back memories of being inside the TV last year. The first time I found myself inside the television, the days of being running around with Dojima-san, fighting the kids inside the TV world. I thought I'd forgotten all that, but I guess not. It's only been 5 months! And not very pretty memories, but it wouldn't be a lie to say that those experiences make me the man I am today. I'm hit by a fierce wave of nostalgia and close my eyes. The lump of steel in my hand seems extremely heavy. To be continued? To be continued. I like the redness. Alright, that is gonna be it for the first episode. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy the episode, press like below. If you're not subscribed yet, why don't you hit my video section? Check out some of my content, see if it's to your liking. Once again, thank you for watching. Hope you all have a great day.